What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Out Reptiles. My name is Garrett Hartle, and this is Jess, our office manager, who is not a snake person, but she and maybe you are here today because you want to learn how to become a calming presence around animals that are fearful of humans. Snakes especially, but this is really applicable across the board. So if that's you, you're going to want to watch this video to the end. All right, so first thing, you know, this is the snake hook. It's handy just because you could actually pick a snake up in there if you get the one with the loop. But like I said, it's just something to pet them with that's small. So why don't you go ahead and try to pull her out. We'll see how she does. Snake's totally fine. I don't know what you're talking about. So the big thing is just kind of like reading the body language of the animal, which obviously you're doing. You're saying she's coiled up. Sometimes snakes coil up in a relaxed way. Sometimes they coil up in a very tense way. Can you see the belly in here? The ribs actually spread out a little bit and they kind of suck in their gut right here, and it kind of indents a little bit. The sides flatten. They're super tense, and then they're just watching. Now, also, if you notice, the tongue is not coming out very far, so they don't want to give themselves away. Instinctually, they rely on their camouflage, but they want to see what's going on, so they'll do these rapid, short tongue flicks, and that means they're kind of trying to hide from you, but figure out and gather as much information about you as they can. In the animal's brain, everything is going to go through a filter of instinct versus past experiences. And the past experiences can eventually add up to become much greater and more powerful than instinct. But the instinct is kind of like a generalized, you're a baby retic, these are going to be the issues. You know, if you act a certain way, you'll probably survive better. And that just comes through, you know, animals being eaten by things forever. The ones that have predispositions to certain things do better. They get the opposite in captivity, where this behavior might help keep her alive in the wild, but here in captivity, the animals that thrive are the docile ones, which is why you've not had a problem with any of these other snakes the whole time, because many of them have been bred and acclimated to captivity, and these kind of wild instincts go past them. So if you have a snake that is approaching you and lunging out of the cage, or striking the glass as you walk by, or you open the cage and try to get it out and it acts really defensively, you hear, you know, phrases like cage aggression or cage defensive, things like that, you have a different problem. One of them is you're approaching the animal as a predator, and it's feeling like it has to defend itself. If it's lunging out of the cage, it might just be hungry. So the way the animal's brain works is this. Here's the filter. Everything has instincts first, and it's going to go through those instincts first, and you need to get the animal to a point where it's trying to learn, and she's almost there. She's already being good. I don't think she's been taken out and filmed before. No, she hasn't moved at all though. Right, how's her tail? Yeah, see, she's anchored, she's still striking. Okay, so here's what's happened. So there's this mental barricade in the beginning of instinctual behavior. And whether you're talking about breaking a food response, like is that term, like when we hook train in the other video, or anything else, you have to get her beyond this, hey, if you touch me, I'm gonna jump into my, you know, my normal behavior, and just act instinctually. And you have to get her to start to question her environment. What's great about retics is they actually are very communicative. You can tell right away, even not being used to snakes, that this animal is not happy with you holding it, right? It's very clear. It's not like some snake species that act totally chill and then go bah, and bite you or something. She's telling you right from the beginning, I don't like to be held. And that's a body posture thing. So what we want to do is get past that initial barricade to the rest of the retic's brain. They're a very intelligent species, and they're great at problem solving. So if we can get her to just basically ask the question like, what the heck is going on here? Now we can get her to start problem solving. One of the first things to do is change her body posture. So it's kind of like if somebody's up in my face and they want to fight me and I need to be brave, you know, you'll see people, you watch a movie or whatever, they just kind of, they change their body posture and they get ready for something, and she's kind of in that mode. What we need her to do is be a little bit more relaxed. If you're afraid of getting bit and you know that you're going to react in a big way to this snake striking or biting you or whatever the case may be, Like there, she just got me actually. If you're gonna react in a big way, you're gonna actually like teach that snake, hey, you bit me, and when you do that, I freak out and I leave you alone. That's what the snake wants. So you're rewarding it for negative behavior. So to get past that, wear some gloves if you have to. It's really for you and not the snake. Let's go ahead and see if we can manipulate her body behavior. Okay, so if you notice her body posture, she's got her definite strike zone here. She's as stiff as a board. You can see the vertical sides of her body, and a lot of times they'll anchor their tail. So if we just go in and manipulate her body posture, let's see what happens. So I'm gonna try to talk you through this and you do it. So one thing you can do, maybe grab her back on the tail and just let her hang for a minute. Just let her front of her body swing down. So she's hanging.
In front of her.
Yep,
okay.
like that. Now grab back in her tail and kind of move around. See how she's still in that snake S position? She would definitely still strike from this position. Come here, girl. So yeah, it's still stiff, still defensive.
Not moving at all.
There you go. So roll her sideways back and forth. Oh, there we go. So she's starting to move around. Now look, if you notice, I want you to look at the way she tongue flicks and her body position.
She's super squirmy too.
Yep, like but now she's thinking maybe she can run. So you've got fight, you've got flight. What we're looking for is long, slow, curious tongue flicks.
So, but she's not calmed down. She's just trying to run away.
She's just trying to run away, but she's getting there. I mean, what she's doing, she's moving from one reactionary part of her brain to the next. So let's just keep moving her. You can let her run for a while till she kind of gets tired. Now, if you touch her up front, they're much more sensitive up on the neck because obviously that is an area where they would be hurt. So you can see if I touch her on the neck, she acts defensively right away. So you can let her run until she starts to tire out. If you come in from the top like this, you act like a predator. I mean, from her perspective, it's a snake. It lives on the ground, right? It's a ½ an inch tall. So everything is going to come at it from above. So if you come at it from above, you're triggering an instinct that is in there to defend itself from a predator. So if you can come from below, it's much more like they're dangling and they found a branch or something like that to support them.
So in their tubs, though, we're always coming at them.
Always coming at them from above. That's what a hook is for, actually. Because a hook doesn't register the heat pits, so you're not triggering that response. So if I can come in with a snake hook, I'm not coming from above. The longer the snake hook, the easier it is. If you have a really shy snake, get a really long snake hook. Not to protect you from getting bit, to remove you from the animal. And then you can hold the snake hook closer and closer.
Is she a little bit better, or
she is? Well, what's actually happening is you're starting to desensitize her, and what we need to do at this point is push the envelope a little bit, right? So she has very sensitive triggers. So she's running through, but you're not touching that first third. As she keeps moving, you saw in the beginning when you first touched those first third, she'd turn and strike. Yeah. What I'd like you to do is come up from below and try to get a little further and further up each time. So that area of that first third of her neck, there you go. Look at that. You even grabbed right in the strike zone and moved it. Now you can see her trying to curl up a little bit. That's just in case she's got a strike, because you're making her a little nervous, but you guys are actually working through this right now. Okay. This is actually what desensitizing looks like. So that's really good. Now another thing you can do is you just want to start doing like, she got you. Okay. Now she's going to hang on to you. This is her telling you, if you keep holding me, you're going to keep getting bit. So good job not reacting. That was perfect. What's going on?
Show Why are you us acting? Your hands.
What did you do?
I knew it.
Why is this baby one so angry? Are you feeding today?
No, I'm feeding my fingers.
There's no food out over there?
Well, yeah, there is pigs in the room and rats.
Oh, okay. Did you take this one out with a hook?
Yeah.
You took it out with a hook?
No.
So does it think it's eating you?
Yeah. Oh, let go. We're good. We're good. Don't bite me again, please.
I don't think it liked the way you tasted.
No, I don't like the way I taste either. We're friends now.
Do you need a Band-Aid?
I need a Band-Aid. Bleed my own blood.
That was great. Second bite. Do you want gloves or are you good?
No, I'm alright.
Alright, good. Take a deep breath, because if you start to get hyped, then she'll start to. Okay, now I want to show you. She bit you and she's back into the first mode. She's anchoring. She's got her strike zone ready.
So we're going to
physically manipulate her again. We're going to unwrap her. a lot of times this is about unwrapping the tail. They'll squeeze on with their tail, hang on really tight. That increases their strike zone, and you know, so it's an anchor point. There, you want a paper towel? So if you undo the anchor point, you're good. So that was perfect. She realized, okay, I bit, you didn't even flinch, you know, and she's great. So she's still moving on. Look, I don't know if you guys noticed this, her tongue's starting to come out. Still a little short and rapid, trying to figure things out. Now she's like, no, I don't want that, but she's getting a lot more curious. Now she's anchoring, so don't let her anchor. Keep her tail stretched out. And one thing you can do, again, with the body posturing is just roll her side to side. So like, put her on her side or almost hold her upside down. You want to basically show the snake that I'm going to do all kinds of weird things to you, but none of them are going to hurt you. As long as you're with me, snake, you won't be hurt, no matter what I do. Right? So you're dancing around that trigger point. You find, like, I can go this far with this snake, and then it strikes. How about a round of applause for Jessica in that video? How hardcore is she? She continued to work with that snake for a couple of weeks before we sent it to the new customer, and I'm happy to report that that new customer has that animal and has not had one issue with it. So if you get your animals from a breeder that works with them, and if you can kind of absorb these thoughts and philosophies, I think that you can take an animal like that too and really build and develop a relationship of trust just by continuing to offer them security, but then present them with new situations and allow them to learn those things until they slowly build their confidence level with you. Good luck out there, and if you want more snake training tips, definitely check out this video right here.